Welcome back to another book club discussion on the book Blood at the Root by Ladarian Williams. If you haven't read the book, feel free to save these posts and join the book club at any moment. And if you have, feel free to comment below your thoughts. Now, if you're reading along with the book club, we are discussing chapters 1 through 7 this weekend, and the next couple of chapters will be discussed next weekend, and so on and so forth until we finish with the book. Now, something that I do want to touch on just a little bit now, and we'll discuss it later on, is the theme of oppression. And this book does a great job on touching on the historical and systematic barriers that Black people face in the real world. They do a great job paralleling that with magic. So something that I just want you to kind of keep in the back of your mind as you read, or what are some of those parallels from the outside world, but then also with coming from the magical community themselves. And do you see any parallels when we talk about the Black community and kind of the divisiveness that comes along with that as well? So just keep that in mind as you read, and keep start taking some of those parallels so we can come back to that discussion later on. Now, something else I would like to touch on is family and legacy, found family versus biological family. So what do you think about this, this trope? I think it's done very well in the story, how Malik views Tay as found family. That is his real family, and he would literally die for Tay if it came down to it. And we saw what he almost did with Carlisle. So how does this notion of found family versus biological family, how do you think that will affect Malik going forward? Do you think he's going to open up a little bit, or do you feel that he's being too hard on his biological family? Because his grandmother does explain why she was never able to sense his magic. And again, I don't want to give away too much for those of you who haven't read the book, so skip this part. But she does say that after his mother died, that she didn't know that her daughter was dead. She just thought that some type of root work or spell was placed on him, so his magic couldn't be sensed. And that's why she never came looking for him. And it wasn't until he did what he did with Carlisle that she was able to start sensing his magic again. And that's, they immediately sent someone to come and find him. So with that, do you believe, is Malik being too hard on his biological family? Because there's still a lot that he doesn't know about his family, his lineage, and where he came from. And do you think, even if he's only 17, do you think that he should be a little more understanding towards them and not be so standoffish when it comes to the situation with his mom? And something about the found family versus biological family that I also think is important, because he does say, I believe in chapter 2, somewhere between chapters 1 and 3, when he says when everything went down with his mom, he thought someone in his neighborhood would have taken him, but they all looked at him as if he unalived her, so they turned their backs on him. And that's what he realized at 7 years old, is that you had no one. The people were always going to turn their backs on you. And we know that his magic first sort of activated through him being scared, and eventually he was only able to activate his magic through his anger. So do you think that if he's able to come to terms with his family, with his lineage, and kind of heal those parts of him, that he will be able to ground his magic and be able to control it a little bit better than what he has been doing? Now, even within the first few chapters, you can kind of sense that Blood at the Root places a huge emphasis on intergenerational knowledge. It's a theme that I can see is going to be carried on throughout the story. And I think that comes into play, again, with the found family versus biological family, when in a lot of books we see that our heroes, so to speak, end up, with allies who are not biological, come to the rescue, stand by their side and help them out. And clearly that's the setup here with Blood at the Root as well. And while there's nothing inherently wrong with Malik's biological family, I don't want to spoil it for you. I am curious to see how the secrets that his grandmother seems to be holding so far about his mother, and some of the things that Malik has found at his grandmother's house that belong to his mom, how that is going to play out later on when it comes time for Malik to quote unquote face his demons, or the demons of the past. All right, so this is already a 5-minute video. I did not mean to make this one this long, but don't worry, the longer YouTube video will be posted tomorrow, and I will also post it on my Black and Bookish Substack as well. I know I need to go over there. I gotta keep posting over there, but I will post it, some more written discussion on the Substack so that y'all can join in. Either way, don't forget to comment below and let me know what you think about the story. Peace.